What is up, everybody? How to do? So 2 years ago, I left you guys off with me being an owner-operator, running my own truck, running freight off the load boards, living the American dream. But as of 4 months ago, I decided to sell my truck, my flatbed, pretty much everything, and got out of being an owner-operator completely. One of the big motivating factors for making that decision was because rates just weren't paying like they were a year ago. And right there at the end, man, to be honest with you, I was making probably less than a company driver would be making right now. So we went ahead and sold everything. I started a lease purchase with RTI, Riverside Transport, got in there, and it seemed like it'd be okay thing to do, but once I got in there and looked at, you know, all the documentation and the way that they pay and, you know, the loads that they were running, the miles, what kind of miles I was actually looking at once I started running, it just really wasn't a thing for me. So I decided to leave there and just come back out to the oil field, do what I was doing before I even started doing OTR, being an owner-operator, period. So after that short stint with Riverside Transport, I decided the best thing for me to do was to come back out to the oil field. If you guys don't know, I started out here in the oil field when I first started truck driving. This is where I started at. I started out here in Orla, West Texas, Carlsbad, Midland, Odessa. So I decided to come back out here because I know that you can make money in the oil field. So that's where I'm at now. I'm back with my old company, Mesquite Services, and I've been with them for about a month, a little over a month now. Actually, before Thanksgiving. Yeah, so about a month or so, a month and a week, and it's been great so far, man. They're a vacuum truck company out of Carlsbad, New Mexico, and yet they do work pretty much all over West Texas. And I have nothing, you know, not any bad negative reviews to say about them or anything like that, but you know, the money's pretty good out here in the oil field, and you know, I'll talk more about it in some later videos or videos that I put out after this, but just letting you guys know what we're doing right now. So we're headed to Carlsbad now to go back on my next hitch, and I'll be out here 10 days, and I usually get 4 days off, so I work a 10 and 4 schedule, so 10 on, 4 off, to go back home. And it's not far from El Paso. That's where my house is at and everything. So I'll do my 10 days out here. I'll work this weekend, and then I'll go home the following weekend. So every other weekend you get off for 4 days. So it's not too bad. I enjoy it. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot different than over the road driving. Definitely more physical. But obviously you guys will see that as I make videos and stuff. So hopefully, you know, me becoming a company driver again, hopefully I have more time for YouTube and make you guys some content. And just looking at the space, the YouTube space, there's not a lot of videos about the oil field. And I think this is you know, people have a lot of questions about what it's like in the oil field, how much money you can make, how physically demanding it is. And to be honest with you, it really depends on what you do out here. You do have pretty laid back driving jobs, and you know, you have driving jobs that, you know, it might be 10% driving and, you know, 90% physical work. So it really just depends on what you do. But we'll go ahead and get into that. Hopefully I can make some more videos and content about this. But we are on our way to Carlsbad. We are almost there, hopefully within the next 30 minutes or so. And I will give you guys an update. Laters. What's up, guys? As you guys can see, I made it to work. I'm going to go ahead and pull my first load for the afternoon, and we'll be working all night tonight. So here at this battery, we're just going to pull some water and haul it to the disposal. But I want to give you guys a look at what type of equipment that you can expect if you were to come work in the oil field. So nothing pretty. This is a water hauling company, so this is a water hauling truck, and most water hauling trucks look just like this. So don't get scared whenever you see it. It's a pile of crap for the most part, but gets the job done and makes a lot of money out here. So let me go ahead and see if I can reverse this camera. So here is what we are working with. It's got just a standard water tank. It holds about 130 barrels total, but we only haul 120 just to keep it from scrubbing out. I think you're at 120, you're barely at the weight limit at 80,000 gross with truck and trailer. So it's not too bad. I mean, you could load 130 and just be perfectly fine. But this is the truck you got to work with, man. Like I said, it's nothing pretty to look at. There's the vacuum pump. That's the pump that creates negative pressure inside of the tank, and that creates suction. And then you can also reverse this pump right here, and you can actually push fluid off. But this is the truck right here. Like I said, nothing pretty to look at. Let me go ahead and walk around to the front side for you guys. There's the old beast I've been driving around for about a month now. And she's a good truck. She's a strong truck. She just needs a little bit of TLC on the outside and some things on the inside. And but for the most part, good working truck for me so far. Let's go around to the front. I'll take you guys inside so you guys can see the condition that this truck is in. So these are the typical oil field equipment. Most of the oil field trucks will be similar to this. I mean, it is dirty. You get dirty boots and stuff, and sometimes you track that stuff in. I cleaned up the best I could. I got my refrigerator. All my bags with clothes and stuff are in there. Got an extra pair of shoes, my Hey Dudes laundry bag. I got to put my sheets on the bed. I haven't been able to do that yet, but yeah, this is pretty typical of the oil field. So if you come out here to the oil field, this is something that you can expect to have. Something just like this. But yeah, man, this is typically the job. This is what you guys can expect if you decide to come out here and haul water, man. I can't speak on the rest of the companies. I'm sure there's companies that have a lot better trucks, probably newer trucks, especially some of the bigger companies. But what I've found out here in the oil field is that most of the time, companies that have nicer, newer equipment usually do not pay as much as the companies who pretty much run balls to the walls and have raggedy equipment. Usually those companies with raggedy equipment, you make more money than the companies with like the nicer, newer trucks. So just keep that in mind. Man, guys, just had a dust storm whip up out of nowhere. Check this out right here. Yeah, that's about what you can expect right here, man. Driving down these lease roads, dude. Just bumpy as hell. Ain't nothing out for miles. Just driving, Bo. Take this load to the disposal. Then later on tonight, I'm gonna go out to a location and transfer fluids on location. So it's gonna be a long night for me, man. What's up, guys? It's a little bit drizzly today. It's got a little bit of rain coming, but I wanted to show you guys this battery that I came to today. The sketchiest thing I've ever done work on, man. It's a little weird, so I'm gonna go show you guys what all this is about, man. Yeah, probably one of the sketchiest things I've ever seen in my life. Here we go. All right, so we came in over there. That's the entrance there. It looks like two water tanks. This looks like water tanks. I don't know what that is. Come over here to get the production equipment. So I had to back in from over there. I had to go over there, turn around, come back this way, and then back in. You can kind of see my tracks. And then get my truck over here. So, but if you come over here, excuse the pump. The pump's gonna be kind of loud. But we're gonna come over here. I'll show you guys what they want done as far as this thing goes. They want to basically for me to hook up a 2-inch, run the line up the tank and down into the tank. But check this out, guys. Let me show you this this right here. If I come up this way up the stairs, actually let me go grab my gloves real quick. I'll show you guys. Oh, man, freaking nasty, Bo. Grab my gloves out of the truck. Walk up this way. So basically come up this is the stair system, and it's a little shaky, man. I want to try to be easy on here. I don't want that thing to come unbolted. I don't know how old this battery is, but I mean, as you can see, nasty in there. But check out the top of this tank though. And this one over here. That's to look at the whole location, but apparently I've got to pull oil out of this tank and transfer it over to this tank over here. So we'll see if we can do that, man. I don't know, but definitely one of the sketchier locations that I've ever been to. All right, guys, I don't know if you can see that, man, but that's like jello on the top of there, dude. That's crazy. I don't know if you can see that very well, but that is just nasty stuff. That's a better one right there. I zoomed in a little bit. Yeah. Oil ain't supposed to be like that. It's more like a gel. I don't know what that is. I guess we'll suck on it and see what happens. But yeah, that's a little weird. At the top of this tank, bro. Huh? Completely caved in here. So, oh man, dude, it's gonna be a long day right here. All right, guys, so we're pulling some, I guess it's some oil, dude. I don't know what the hell. I was getting a little bit of water at first, but this right here is just a sight glass, and it lets you basically see whatever fluid that you're pouring in the hose. That you can see it here. But I'm getting a lot of water, man. Not much oil. Yeah, so I don't know. Let's let me show you guys what I'm doing with that gel on the top, man. Try to see what we got going on. Oh, let's walk up to the top of the tank real quick. Let's go up here. Yeah, man, this is like sketchy as crap I've ever been to up here. I talked to the pumper, so at least I know I'm on the right tank. So this is what they want done. But yeah, man, that's crazy. Still pulling black stuff. But basically, I got my line ran about another 2 feet underneath that. So whatever I pull, I will be pulling underneath that sludge right there. It's almost like a paraffin wax block, to be honest with you. I don't know what the hell that is. But yeah, man. Yeah. Fucking ain't nothing around here. Nothing around here but some cactus, some pump jacks. That's about it, dude. That's crazy. All right, boys. So we got that job done. We're gonna go over here and follow this old pumper to the next location. We got another battery to mess with today. So I'll just follow this old boy right here, and hopefully we'll get it done. Catch y'all on the flip side. Boy, what's up, guys? All right, So I think this is probably where I'm gonna end the video at this last job here. I think, what is this, day number, I think it's day number 8 since when I started this video. So I got about a couple more days on my hitch. I am exhausted. So yeah, man, almost done with this thing. It's cold as hell today, man. It's windy out here in, where are we at? Loco Hills, New Mexico. We're at this older battery right now. We're gonna go ahead and pull some bottoms at this one. I think this might be the last job, and then I'll end this video, and then we'll go from there, man. So let me go ahead and get my FRs on, my hard hat, all my safety stuff, and we'll go ahead and start, and I'll show you guys how to pull bottoms. All right, guys, so we're all set up now. These are 2 oil tanks here. Most of the time you can tell the difference between an oil tank and a water tank. Water tanks are usually a fiberglass. Oil tanks are usually metal. So that over there would be a water tank, since that's got a different texture. You can always tell it's a fiberglass tank. And these are oil tanks. These are metal. Also, you can read the signs. It says crude oil. And that one over there says produced water. So that's a good way to tell. So basically, this is the load line where they come get the oil at. Basically, there's water there in the oil tank that's above this load line. And I just checked both tanks. They're both at 6 feet of water. So obviously, for them to get to the oil, we need to pull the water out from that oil tank. So you guys don't know, oil floats on top of water. So we need to retrieve the water, pull the water out so that they can get to the oil. So what we'll do is since it's so high up, we'll go ahead and pull through the actual load line at first and speed up the process. And then what we'll do is we'll take a hose, drop it through the top of the tank, go all the way to the bottom with a special fitting that I have here. And so basically this right here, this fitting will sit on the bottom of the tank just like this. And that way water can go through here, so we can get that water level as low as possible. Therefore getting the water level below the load line so that they can pull oil without having any water. So if you get water in the oil, or the oil hauler gets here and gets any water, he will reject the load, and it costs the oil company money. So so this is kind of a crucial part of the whole production process. So all right, so let's see what we got. As you can see, we're pulling water. All right, we got our valve cracked. You know, we don't want to pull full force because we start a vortex inside the tank. We'll end up pulling the top instead of the bottom. So always remember that when you're pulling bottoms. And yeah, we'll see what's going on after this. All right, guys. So we got some bottoms off of that first tank over here. All right, now we're going to start on the second tank here. That one's done. I got the bottoms down to 3 inches, which is perfectly fine. That load line's about 1.5 feet off the ground. So we're going to start on the second tank. So this is what I was talking about, going over the top. To get it lower than the load line, you have to go over the top here. Unless there was a line that was underneath this load line right here, you wouldn't be able to get it lower than that. So you got to go over the top. Make sure that when the oil haulers come in, that they don't pull any water. So that's what we're going to do. Go back up to the top, put our hose in there, and then come back down here and start pulling some water out the bottom of this whole tank. All right, guys, so I got the hose pushed into the tank now. So now we're just gonna watch it, make sure we don't get any oil. And as you can see, this is what we call a sight glass. You can see the water in there. It'll start, like, oil could be like a greenish color, a yellow color. It could be completely black. But the problem with that is that if you see a lot of black coming through here, you might want to check it. There's a relief valve here. So you want to close that valve, maybe get a bucket, open that valve there. Once that valve is closed, and you can drain some of whatever's in the sight glass or in the line at the time. And you can see whether it's oil or water. Most of the time oil, you can tell right away because it's got like a pretty pungent gasoline smell or a diesel smell. And usually that's oil. If not, it's water. And then usually the consistency of oil is a little bit different. Water kind of like rolls off, and you can kind of tell it gets water. And oil is more like a oily, like a motor oil, kind of goes on your glove gloves, and especially if you get these kind of gloves right here, the rubber gloves, it's really slick. So it's pretty easy to tell the difference between water and oil. But we're just gonna watch this, make sure that we get water and not oil, all right? So we'll come back once we get oil. All right, guys, so we see a little bit of oil coming on the top there. And right there, you can kind of see where the interface is. The interface is the space between the water and the oil where it separates. So right now we're getting we're getting closer to our hose. So let's go ahead and stop flow. There we go. All right. So go ahead and pop our valve open a little bit. Let it come open. So there, we're still getting a little bit of water on the bottom. Okay. But you smell it. We're getting a strong smell of diesel. So we're getting there's like an oil and water mix. So we'll go ahead and keep it a little bit on. Of the country, the world, wherever you take it. So just kind of know what to look for, knowing what area you're in and what color the oil is usually helps you out a little bit if you're just starting off. So as we're pulling these bottoms on these tanks, go ahead and check this out right here, man. That's the scene that you see in Texas and New Mexico right there, boy. Old pump jack. We call that a pump jack. Usually if the well doesn't have enough pressure, it doesn't produce enough pressure, we go ahead and hook a pump jack like that up there to it. And basically it works just like a pump at your house would. It pumps the oil out of the ground, builds up pressure inside the well, and then up comes these freaking oil up into these tanks right here. And we can all come pick it up. So that's a better picture right there. I guess you would call this what? Eastern New Mexico right here. So up here by Carlsbad, Loco Hills, Artesia, Roswell. That's what we got, man. Basically all that's out here, man, is just a bunch of ranches and farms and a whole lot of nothing. So obviously oil field. You do have a lot of that going on up here. So go back to what we're doing. So yeah, man. Looking good. Still getting water. Keep pulling on it. I think these tanks right here had about 6 feet of oil in each of them. So yeah, man, it's a pretty long job. I mean, that's a lot of water. I can only hold about 5 feet of water in this tank. So, that's what two transfers over to the water tank. And I'm going to haul a lid off to the disposal because I'm not going to be able to fit any more into this water tank here. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Hopefully get this job done. Head to the disposal, get rid of this oil, and on to the next one. All right, guys, we got some crude oil right here. Let me show you guys what this looks like. A little bit. That's crude oil right there. It's all crude. So we'll go ahead and stop and pull our hoses out of the tank, put them all on our hose rack, and then let's get out of here.